He's all over the place.
Agent Romanoff, you miss me?
Make your move, reindeer games. Good move.
You already know that's how I pull up when I come through. I don't need a name for this podcast. Season 2, episode 5. I go by the name of Henny Hardaway at Henny Talk 75. It's how you can always wreck with me at No Name Podcast, at Shabazz Media Group. You can follow all of that on Instagram and Twitter. Shout out my dude Kells producing the soundtrack. Gotta have those dope instrumentals to rock to. You know, hey, hit him up right now, man, at Kells Killing It. K-E-L-L-Z Killing It. Well, I'll just spell the whole thing out. K-E-L-L-Z-K-I-L-L-I-N-I-T. Kells Killing It. That's my dude, man. Produce a lot of good beats for me, man, to ride to. So, yeah, you need those beats, man. Hit them up, man. Yo! Man, we ran a little late today. A little bit of technical difficulties, but it be like that sometimes, though. What we gonna talk about? It's just too much. It's just too much stuff to really talk about today. So I actually decided to be a little bit more organized, and I actually have a list of topics I'm just about to run through real quick. You know, try to knock this out within like an hour, 45 minutes, give or take. No guests, no callers. Saw me. Let's go ahead and make it happen. First on my list, let's see what we gonna do here. You know what? I ain't about to go in order. I just want to talk about all of this shit, though. I ain't gonna make this too sporty because I do got like a lot of sports shit that's going on up in here. So, all right, I know what I can start off with. Meek Mill's wins and losses. Last week, I gave y'all a critique on Meek Mill's wins and losses where I gave it 3 shots. Would have been 2.5 shots, but I respect Meek Mill, so I gave him an extra half a shot. So a lot of people was hitting me up, DMing me, and it was like, "Yo, Henny, like you gotta listen to it. Like how many times did you listen to the joint?" And honestly, I only listened to it once. I gave it like a good one-time run through. Cause I'm good with music like that. I can pretty much pick out music and know if it's hot right then and there. I don't really need to digest it or, you know what I'm saying, really process it that quickly. So his wins and losses, I can probably say that I might have jumped the gun a little bit, but not by much though. I said I gave it 3 shots. It really should have been 2.5 shots. I give it still a legitimate 3 shots. You know what I mean? I may give the extra half shot because it's Meek, 3.5, but I'm really gonna stick with 3. But it's a more confident 3 shots. The reason why I'm gonna give him the actual legit 3 shots is even though Meek Mill's album was more grown, it was more mature, and you know most Meek Mill fans probably don't want to hear grown Meek. It does show progress, you know, not only in music but in life too, and you got to give credit to that because the same thing that we talk about with Jay-Z, we always give Jay-Z the credit of not trying to conform to the times. He raps what he's going through in the times, but he doesn't try to keep up with the times. That's why you never heard Jay-Z do snap music, or you ain't never hear Jay-Z do today's mumble rap music. Whoever coined that term mumble rap music needs to be shot, but it is what it is though. So turn myself. Yeah. All right, so I'm listening to the Meek album. I actually, you know, I unlike most of you, or probably like most of you, I burnt it. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of websites that I can put you on to. Downloaded the album and actually put it in on a CD and actually rode in my car. Why do I have to put it on a CD and ride in my car? Because my car is too fucking old. Yeah, I got an '02 Galant that I am selling for $1,000. A 2002 Galant. It's very fresh-ish. So yeah, it had like you remember cars in like the late '90s and the 2000s. There was no aux cord. It was a CD player or you had a tape player, or you might have had a CD tape player combination. And if you had a tape player and you wanted to play CDs, you better go to freaking Walmart, Dollar General, buy the little tape with the cord, plug it up to your CD player, and bang out. It's not that bad. I just don't have an aux cord so I can, or Bluetooth and all of that shit from the 2017 age. So, riding in my car is like going back in time. 2002 Mitsubishi Galant. Yeah. And, gotta bump CDs and shit. It be like that sometimes. Good thing that I was raised in the 90s to where it's like it doesn't affect me. I don't really give two fucks. So anyway, I'm riding, to Meek's album, and I love it. I really do. Real rap. I really do like Meek's album, yo. It's, like I said, it's grown. I still feel the features he picked good features, but I still feel like the features really didn't do him that much justice. Like Quavo and the Meek joint, the Ball player, that shit just sound like Free Smoke. It's the same flow. Free smoke, Ball player. It's the same exact cadence, the same exact flow. So that's probably one of the reasons why I really didn't gravitate to that joint that much. But the one feature that he got with the Gordon or the Jordan, whatever dude name is, I think it's the track with him and Future on it, R&B dude, smooth, real smooth. It was one of those tracks that I kind of glanced over because, you're just trying to hear what Future do, but the R&B dude on the hook, he really did his thing on that. So I give Meek a legitimate 3 shots. We can give him 3.5 because, I respect Meek and what he do. I guess give him some credit for being mature or whatnot. So, yeah. If you banging with that Meek album, you can either not DM me, but you can either hit me up, at Henny Talk 75 on Instagram and Twitter, at No Name Podcast. The O's are zeros in No Name Podcast. And let me know what you think about the Meek album. If I'm out of pocket, if there's something else that I missed, because, like I said, I probably now listen to Meek's album twice. I know a lot of Meek fans probably bumped the shit out of it, like, yo, this is my shit. It's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not hot garbage. Put it like that. It's not hot garbage. You know what I mean? It's not like, if I went to Best Buy, and again, old school, buy a CD, it's not like I'll be pissed as hell that I bought it. But, it'd be like that sometimes, though. So this is the time of the show that I always like to say, advertisers, sponsors, fuck with me. If you fuck with me, I'm going to give you 5 free episodes of advertisement, whether it be your poster or your flyer on, the podcast as it's streaming through, give a couple little flashes of your business. Or I give you a live read where, you tell me what you want me to say about your products and services, and I'll go ahead and say it. And I actually did create the Gmail account for the whole branding of the company. So you can go ahead and email all that information to the Shabazz Media Group at gmail. You can email it at shabazzmediagroup@gmail.com. I'll be mad as a bitch. Be like, yo, what the fuck ain't nobody email me because I fucked up and said the wrong email and shit. So again, shabazzmediagroup@gmail.com. And I'll go ahead and take care of you. All right, so I got 2 Lavar Ball stories. One is funny, the other is not. Let's go ahead and play a little clip real quick. This is Lavar Ball talking about a female ref who ejected him, not ejected him. A female ref that gave him a tech, and he actually got her up through. Let's get a listen.
Why do you say she's a vendetta against you?
She got a vendetta because she's a woman of trying to act. I get that she's trying to break into the refereeing thing. But just giving texts and calling fouls, that's no way to do it. I know what she's trying to say. I gave him a check. I'm strong. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Just call the game. If you're going to be qualified, you better be in shape and you better know the game. And she's bad on both of them. She's not in shape. She's not calling the game right. And she don't understand. So now she's trying to make a name for herself. So she's walking around like, I'm the only woman in here. Yeah, we get it. I don't care if you're a woman or a man or whatever. Just be good at what you do. Don't try to step in the lane. She needs to stay in the lane because she ain't ready for this. Coach the little kids first and then come up. Because she ain't did enough. She ain't got enough on her resume. I can tell.
She officiated your game Wednesday, right?
Yep, did the same thing. She came into this game knowing what she was going to do. I knew it too. If I could have told y'all, you would have interviewed me before the game, and I said, I guarantee you, she give me a check on some BS. And look what happened. Now she said, I'm in there. You're just going to be known for that. That's all.
Now, I'm an equal opportunist. Now, a lot of people may think that, oh no, you're not trying to be equal towards females. You want to rule the world and have them eat beneath your feet type shit. Damn, I miss the 60s, the 50s, and the medieval times where you can actually get that shit off. But it's not like that. It's 2017. And I'm all about equality for women. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like women can do anything that a man can do. And I feel like women should get paid as such as men do. So I'm definitely an equal individual. I forget what amendment that is, if it's the 16th or the 15th. Whatever amendment is that says women get equal rights, I'm all for it. So I feel like LaVar Ball was out of pocket. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I know that's kind of like the bulk of the story, but I'm about to take a little sidetrack real quick. LaVar, Lonzo, the Big Baller brand, they're not affiliated by any shoe company. They're not affiliated by Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, none of them. None of them big shoe companies is putting bread into the Big Baller brand. Why am I saying this? Is because the basketball game or tournament that LaVar Ball was coaching was sponsored by Adidas. It was an Adidas event. So when LaVar Ball got the lady ref up through, he was screaming like, yo, get her up out of here. Get her up out of here. I'll walk out with all my people. Get her out of here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I didn't say fuck. Like, yeah, get her the fuck out of here. And Adidas did it. They was like, all right, man, we're going to replace you. We ain't trying to stir up no trouble. Because if you haven't paid attention to, which nobody really does, but if you have been lately, LaVar Ball brings a crowd. Like, Lonzo sold out Lakers Summer League games. Who the fuck sells out Summer Leagues? Who the fuck wants to see Summer League players play that might not even make the team? Who gives two fucks about Summer League? But LaVar Ball and Lonzo Ball pull up. That shit's a show. At an AAU game, this how crazy the AAU game was. It was so many people not this AAU game I'm talking about. The AAU game I'm talking about now is basically like the first video that you've seen him pull his players up through. At that AAU game, packed out, it was like 12 to 15,000 people. They was turning people away, and the shit was so crazy, LeBron James couldn't get in that bitch. LeBron James. Basketball royalty. Some would say basketball god, but I still reserve that for Michael Jordan. But still, LeBron James couldn't even get in. That's crazy. So that's how powerful LaVar Ball's movement is right now. Like, you can call him a clown. You can call him a loudmouth. Oh, and I got somebody who really went in on him, and I'm going to play that joint in a little interview. But for us regular people, you know what I'm saying? He's not, I mean, you can call him a clown, a bad father, a loudmouth, but LaVar Ball's holding it down, man. Everywhere he goes and there's a basketball court, he is making a show of it. So going back to say with the female ref and Adidas and LaVar Ball, they all have nothing to do with each other, but because LaVar Ball was like, yo, man, get her up through, yo. And Adidas replaced her. Crazy. Should that lady ref have been replaced off the strength of LaVar Ball saying, yo, get rid of her? Should Adidas have done that? Adidas already said that, yeah, we might have dropped the ball on that. But, hey, that's why this is a podcast. Hit me up at Henny Talk 75, at No Name Podcast. The O's are zeros. And just let me know what you think, man. Should Adidas have got old girl up through? Oh, and this is the crazy thing about it, too. LaVar Ball said, and again, we just heard the clip, that she either has to know about the game or be in shape. And she's bad on both. I can't wait to get this shit on video, man, so I can actually have actual pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, like, she wasn't out of shape. Like, the way you would have thought LaVar Ball was saying this shit was, you would have thought that this chick was a old hefty bag, you know what I'm saying, type blopper. Nah, man, I don't know if she had abs, because obviously she had a shirt on and her shirt wasn't like form fitting, but she looked all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't look bad, you know what I mean? She was cool. based on LeVar Ball standards of saying that she was, you know what I'm saying, she needed to be in shape. She was in shape enough. She was good. You know what I'm saying? So LeVar Ball, man, you my dude, man. I respect you, man. Father of the year, LeVar Ball, man. He speaks shit and it comes into fruition, and that's the positivity that you want to have. But LeVar, man, you can't be unfair to the women, man. You gotta let these bitches breathe, man. Can't tell these bitches to stay in their lane. And a lot of bitches probably being offended because I'm saying bitches and bitches staying in their lane and shit. But I'm just saying, though, this is a podcast, so I love y'all. I feel y'all. But, yeah, he shouldn't have told, you know what I'm saying, the lady ref to stay in her lane. So, you know, it be like that sometimes. All right, so moving on. Bootsy, Lil Bootsy. Now, I love family. Like, family, you have to have family in your life, right? You know what I'm saying? Because who wants to walk around the earth and the world with no family? Even if it's not a blood family, just some sort of family. You know, you got cornball niggas who be pledging fraternities because without the fraternity, they wouldn't get no ass or any sort of social, you know, being going on. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of cornballs do that. Not all, not all, but I would say about 85% of people in frats are cornballs. And it's cool. I mean, look, it's cool. You go to college, you build yourself a nice little social network going, and you live life, and you make things bubble. Whether you do it on your own or you have to be in some sort of organized group to do it. Hey, it is what it is. I know I shot some shots at being in a fraternity, but I transferred to a school where the frat that I wanted to be on was suspended for 5 years, and I had got there in year 1. So there was no way in the hell I was going to be in that fraternity. So it'd be like that. And trust me, I'm not one of the cornballs because I still had fun, fucked bitches, got money, made good connections with people that are in fraternities. You know what I'm saying? So I could be affiliated with like every fraternity except one because niggas be on their periods. And if you know about Greek life, you know who I'm talking about or what type of people I'm talking about when I talk about on their periods. So going back to the whole family thing, man, family is very important. But Lil Boosie, though, got his brother locked up because his brother stole $300,000 from him, like on some fraud shit. It wasn't on the old Lil Boosie had money under the mattress or any shit like that, and he just ran in there and just, took the bread. The dude legitimately did fraud. He did some scammer type shit to his own brother for $300,000. What type of shit is that? Like, you know what? One of these podcasts, I'm gonna put y'all on the douchebag of the day. If you haven't listened to my mainstream radio shows, every stop that I've been to, except for the station that I'm at now, which I will go in on them once I'm no longer employed with them. So as long as I am employed with them, I'll go ahead and be, friendly and not say too much. But yeah. Lil Boosie, man. Fraud. What type of shit is that, man? Like $300,000 on some scammer type shit he got Lil Boosie out of. And, obviously, Boosie had to press charges. I mean, he couldn't take it to the streets for no $300,000 because obviously the dude wouldn't have had the $300,000. He probably would have spent most of that shit. So it's crazy, man. Real rap, man. That shit is all the way 100% crazy that Lil Boosie would go ahead and do that. Now, why would people do dirty shit towards their family? Like, I never understood or got that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, family is pretty much all you have. Like, I be looking at homeless people, right? And I have a real, well, I'll scratch that. I be looking at homeless people, right? And I always think like, yo, like, why the hell do y'all don't have friends or family that'll let you hit the couch? And some of them really don't have friends and family because either they're from an area and they don't have friends or family there, or they burnt too many bridges, or they're just lazy as fuck. But family is important. Like, family is very important to me. You know what I mean? Even though I don't have, a personal, like, wife and kid or girlfriend, baby mama and child and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got my parents. I got my mom. I got my dad. And that's pretty much all that I need. I mean, I got my bros, but, life happens, and that type of relationship kind of goes away when you grow up. But you always have your mom and your dad, and you always have your family. So imagine you know what I'm saying, your parents got bread, and they may not give you everything that you want, but you decide, well, shit, I know how to do some scammer shit, so I can go ahead and scam my parents out of a couple $100,000, and they'll just think somebody scammed them out of money, and they won't know that it's me. Like, who the fuck does that shit, man? But I ain't about to get into that shit, man, because that shit dumb as a bitch, man. So hopefully they work that shit out, man. Oh, this story is funny as shit. So y'all know Mayweather and McGregor. They're supposed to be fighting sometime like August 26th or August 27th or some shit like that. About shit, like 4 weeks away. It's like almost a month away. Well, actually not almost a month away. It's like almost a month away less. Today's the 31st, man. It's coming up. I like boxing. I'm not really too much into MMA for real, but I like boxing. Shout out to John Bones Jones, man, for winning that title again. I don't really have that on my list. I just want to give him a shout out. But the Mayweather McGregor fight hasn't even sold out yet. Like, everybody's getting paid, but the fight hasn't sold out yet. So there's not like I'm trying to plug this shit, but there's still tickets available to see Mayweather and McGregor August 26th or 27th in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Because there's still tickets available because nobody wants to really see that shit. But if you want to see that shit, you can. But if you don't really want to fly to Vegas, I love Vegas, but I ain't going to fly out there for something I don't want to see. So guess what you guys can do in select cities and areas? You want to go to the movies? Yeah. You can go to the movies and watch the fight. Now, look, I got websites where I can watch the fight on. So all I got to do is just plug up the computer to the TV. You know what I'm saying? Boop, boop, boop. Go to the website. Streaming. We're good. I don't know when the last time I paid for pay-per-view. I don't think I've ever probably paid for pay-per-view. You remember the cable box? Like the old school cable box? I remember one of my bros, he had his mom Dukes had the cable box that was unlocked. So basically it had every channel, every pay-per-view, watch pretty much all the porn shit. Man, look, nigga, you can watch anything the fuck that you wanted to on this box. So I think ever since then, I probably haven't paid for pay-per-view. And I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was because, nigga, it was a minute ago. So I haven't paid for pay-per-view in a minute, but for everybody else that's paying for pay-per-view, and especially with these Mayweather fights, we all know Mayweather's MO. Move around, dance around, jab, 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 you know what I mean? Get the points and get up through. We all know that Mayweather's going to win. Now, is he going to knock McGregor out? I'm not going to go that far. But I will say Mayweather's going to win very convincingly. You know what I'm saying? Real rap. The fuck was that? Felt like a big-ass dark shadow just popped up out of nowhere and shit like, ooh, fuck out of here. I'm doing a podcast, motherfucker. So anyway, so you can see the Mayweather-McGregor fight in select movie theaters. I think the tickets is going for $15 and $20. I've never, ever in my life seen a pay-per-view fight be played in a movie theater. Like, that's fucking crazy, yo. But again, the pay-per-view fight is like $100. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not paying that $100. Are you paying $100? If you are or you're not paying $100, especially if you are paying $100, I'll pull up. At Henny Talk 75, hit me up, comment somewhere. At No Name Podcast, the O's are zeros. Yeah, but Mayweather, McGregor, it's not going to be an entertaining fight because of the fight. It's going to be an entertaining show. It's going to be like, if you watch I forget which Rocky movie it was, where Rocky was fighting Hulk Hogan. I think it was like the third Rocky and shit. Wrestler, boxer, in a boxing ring. And Hogan was giving it to him off the script that he was like he was like throwing him around type shit. You know what I mean? But it's boxing, man. If you ain't a natural boxer, anybody can throw a punch. But if you don't got your whole body work going, man, you can't just go into a boxing ring thinking you're just going to do some shit. So it's not going to be an entertaining fight. It's just going to be an entertaining show. Because will McGregor get lucky and land a punch and knock Floyd out? Will Floyd still be undefeated with 50 wins, no losses? Stay tuned. And that's really And that's pretty much exactly what the whole fight is. You know what I'm saying? So, am I gonna watch it? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I'm not gonna go to a movie theater. Like I told you, I'm gonna go on my website, plug it up to my TV, stream it. I'm good. You know what I mean? Boxing can't get my money, man. Ever since Mike Tyson knocked that dude out in like 30 seconds and shit, you go through you go through the whole boxing match like, yeah, you know, we about to go see Tyson, da da da. Then Tyson gets in the ring, 30 seconds, bam, it's over. You're like, what the fuck? I just wasted all of this money to see a 30-second. I mean, you really saw more than a 30-second fight because you watched all the other cards. But the real fight that you wanted to see, that you really paid money for, 30 seconds. So not too many people, unless you're really a boxing aficionado, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your preference, then you really be on that boxing shit. Other than that, man, niggas ain't on that shit like that, for real. That's why boxing's a dying sport. You can't watch boxing on regular TV and get the same good feel because they don't really hype up those particular boxers. The best boxers, the most poppin'est fights is always going to be on pay-per-view. The promoters is always going to make sure that you watch that shit on pay-per-view. You're going to pay to, well, not pay to play, but, you know, you're going to pay to watch them play. So, it be like that, man. So, it is what it is. Moving on from that bullshit. And again, man, if you got any comments, anything, man, at Henny Talk 75, Instagram, Twitter, at No Name Podcast. The O's are zeros in No Name Podcast. And you know what I'm saying? Let me know what the heck y'all think and shit. Now, I feel like I'm the type of person who's forward thinking, right? At my current employer right now, maybe about 6 months ago, when some new positions was filtering through, like the hierarchy of the bosses has changed. They asked the on-air talent, which they asked all of us, but I don't really think they gave a fuck about what part-timers like myself thought, which is dumb on their part because of this. I told them an idea that for our social media lounge, we should do a first take style hip-hop show where basically y'all watch First Take before, right? Y'all know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You got two debaters, a moderator, and you talk. In their field, they talk sports. In our field, we talk hip-hop. 6 months ago, I made that idea. They read the email. They said, oh, great. Thank you for replying so promptly. We'll get back to you once we, you know, get the social media lounge built and, you know, all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So 3 months after that, Everyday Struggle comes out with Joe Button, DJ Academics, and the Deska. And that show is popping. I love that show. That show definitely gives me motivation to create, you know, and just do good things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all of that to say that I'm pretty much ahead of the curve on a lot of shit. And the good thing is it's a good thing or a bad thing about being ahead of the curve. The bad thing about being ahead of the curve is that everybody's not ready. So they're going to be dismissive towards it. The best thing about being ahead of the curve is you can say, I told you so, and if everybody's on your wagon, you get the credit for creating or starting the movement. So another thing that I also said long time ago, I'm talking like this is probably about a couple of months, maybe like a year or two after the final episode of 106 in Park, is that there should be a countdown show again. But the countdown show could be a combination of mainstream music, underground music, you know, local music, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just some sort of countdown show to where the people the society can get a gauge of what's popping. Like, what do people really want to see? I'm not talking about that bullshit, put a video up on YouTube and see how many views and how many subscribers you get. Because I told you on a previous podcast that all you have to do is watch a video for 30 seconds. It counts as a view. So, for example, most of my podcasts is be an hour long. But if you listen to my podcast for 30 seconds and be like, oh, this guy is awful. Hey, guess what? I got a view off you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. So I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm saying all of that to say this. MTV's TRL, Total Request Live, is coming back. They got a couple of new hosts. They got like some hosts that you already know, like DC Young Fly. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be one of the hosts. They gave some other names or whatnot, but I ain't really get into all of that for real. And yeah, they still interviewing for some more, you know what I'm saying, VJ spots or whatever. So again, being ahead of the curve, you know what I mean? Because MTV ratings has went down a lot because how you a station called music television and you don't play no music? What part of the game is that? You know what I mean? That's like I got a TV station called Black Entertainment Television, but I'm playing Hee Haw and a whole bunch of country shit, some hillbilly shit. I mean, if it's some funny country hillbilly shit, then maybe it's entertaining to black folk. But I'm just saying, in the general sense, though, it's like, come on, B. Your station's called music television, and you don't play any music. You play reality TV shows. That's why y'all not making any money, and that's why they're trying to bring back TRL. So it's an idea that I've had. I've been said that they should have done that, you know, and I don't know what it is. Like, when I say shit, I don't know why people just don't just listen to it. Fuck who. The one thing that I learned about communication is this. Don't pay attention to the messenger. Listen to the message. Because you're going to be stereotyping or have some sort of judgment to the messenger, but the message is always going to stand true. So, again, ahead of the curve, man. Shout out to MTV, man. Twitter Request Live is going to be coming back. So let's go ahead and take this time out to shamelessly plug myself. That's right. You listen to the I Don't Need a Name for This podcast on YouTube. SoundCloud, I didn't have enough minutes and memory or hours, you know what I'm saying, to load more. So we're only going to keep banging on YouTube, and that's why SoundCloud's going out of business, and they're begging Chance the Rapper to save them. Yeah, should have let me put more podcasts up, bitches. I ain't going to delete none to put more up. Fuck that. So, advertisers, sponsors, fuck with your boy. I'm giving you 5 free episodes of advertising. You just got to hit me up and let me know how. Email shabazmediagroup@gmail.com, and you know what I'm saying, let's make this work happen. Real rap. Podcast is growing. I'm very consistent with my work. I'm out here, man. Real rap. So let's go ahead and move on to another little story. Let's take it to the sports world real quick. I got a couple of sports shit to get into. I mean, I know we just did LeVar Ball, but Colin Kaepernick may be going to the Baltimore Ravens because the ownership doesn't mind signing him, but this is some bitch shit. How are you going to say we don't mind having Colin Kaepernick, but we want to gauge what the city and our fan base decides? Last time I checked, when, you know what I'm saying, my football owner, Jeffrey Lurie, signed Michael Vick after the dog fighting, bullshit, which, come on, y'all know how I feel about this shit. Niggas fight dogs every day. Jeffrey Lurie then asked, I didn't get a phone call from Jeffrey Lurie saying, hey, Henny, I know you're a Eagles fan for the longest since Randall Cunningham. How you feel if we sign Michael Vick? Like, do you think it'll be cool if we sign Michael Vick? You know, he fought dogs and he's a felon, but how do you feel if we... No, I didn't get that phone call, and nobody else in Philly got that phone call neither. Same thing with Dallas with Jeff Hardy. I don't see Jerry Jones hitting up the Cowboys fans like, hey, you know how, guys, I got Jeff Hardy here, and, he's a good player, and we want to get him. We want to keep him. We want him to play for us, man. He's a good guy. Good guy, man. Good motor, good guy, good defense, good tackle. He's going to do some work for us out here in Dallas. That was a very bad Jerry Jones approach, but I'm saying you don't get that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So for the Baltimore Ravens owner to be like, yo, man, I'm going to gauge what the fans are talking about, then I'll let y'all know. Man, fuck that shit. How the fuck you sign an arena football player? That same arena football player, I threw more passing yards in college than him. You know how many passing yards I threw in college? 0. So you're probably saying, well, Henny, if he played college football, how did you throw more passes than him? Because you threw 0. Because the nigga threw -1. This dude's college career is 3 passes for -1 yards. That was his college career. So last time I checked, 0 is more than -1. Ergo, I threw more college passing yards than that guy. Now, today they cut him and they signed somebody else who's a bum too. So it's like, what the fuck we doing here, guys? What the fuck, man? A lot of bums is getting jobs, but Colin Kaepernick is on the bench. Now, I could say another reason why I didn't like Colin Kaepernick at first, because he is part of one of those period organizations that I was telling y'all about earlier when I was talking about family and frat. But this is deeper than that, man. He's about the black cause, man. If anybody's about the black cause, man, you got to throw all that bullshit aside, man. Colin Kaepernick should be playing, but I really do have a feeling, though, that Colin Kaepernick is going to land in Baltimore because they got Ryan Mallett and 2 other garbage people. I can't even name them because they're not that important. Only reason I know Ryan Mallett because he was like the 6'7" dude that played for Arkansas, that went to New England, that got a contract in Houston Texans, and he's just dumpster juice, man. He's just tall and that's all. The nigga should have just played basketball. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Yeah, I be spitting, bitch. But yeah, though, man, like, and then the thing is that with the city of Baltimore, we have to remember, Baltimore is the city where they had a baseball game that nobody was there. I don't even know if the arena people was there. I mean, as far as fans go, nah. Niggas is playing baseball in an empty arena, like. Okay, that's bad sounding. Anyway, yeah, just imagine hitting the ball and it's like, I got it. Type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So Baltimore is that type of city that they at that point it was a big outrage. Damn, man, and no disrespect, man. I forgot the name of the dude that was in handcuffs that died in Baltimore. I'm like I said, my apologies. I should probably did more prep notes, but y'all know who I'm talking about. He was handcuffed. They was driving around in the paddy wagon. It banged him up so much that he died in the paddy wagon before he got to jail. So Baltimore rioted off of that shit. So with Colin Kaepernick, his big stance is, hey, white policeman, stop killing black men. That's why the owner wants to see what everybody thinks, because you got to think, right? The police who was in that Baltimore thing all got off. Every single one of them, from the driver to the people who handcuffed them to everybody. Everybody who was associated with that shit got off. Hands clean, nothing happened, right? So how do you think police in Baltimore would feel with Colin Kaepernick playing ball, or at least being in the city, living out there? You know what I'm saying? Because I could just imagine that shit too. Like, you just pull over, like a Baltimore police officer pull over Colin Kaepernick, and then just some shit pop off. Like, I can just imagine that shit to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Good reason, bad reason. You know what I'm saying? Good shit like that. Bring awareness to it. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Colin Kaepernick should have a job. Baltimore is a pro-black city. So I know as far as the black people go in Baltimore, I don't know if more black people buy tickets for Ravens games than white people. But I know as far as the fan base goes, I know that they wouldn't give 2 fucks about having Colin Kaepernick being on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Joe Flacco having back spasms. He's got an injured back. He's not in training camp right now, which is why they had to get, that arena football dude who got cut, and then they signed somebody else. So I want to see Colin get a job, man, real rap, because he should be working. There's a lot of other fuck shit going on in the NFL with players, but can't blackball that man. He ain't bring no laws or do nothing wrong. Nigga just took a knee. Well, at first he sat down. Then they was like, no, that's too disrespectful. So like, all right, I'll compromise. I'll take a knee. And it was on to the races from that point. But shout out Colin Kaepernick, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you get that good job, man. You get that good work. Now, you know why I'm going to keep doing these podcasts? Even if I'm looking at my viewership and my viewership isn't where it needs to be, it is progressing, but even though it's not where it needs to be, because podcast is having a voice. Like, for real, podcast is about to take over this radio shit, especially if you get it on, if you get it filmed, which, again, I can't wait to get to my new studio, and you can just film this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like a TV show at that point. Podcasts are really taking off. The reason why I'm saying this is because I was, I'm a sports guy, as you already know. And I was watching ESPN's Around the Horn and, listening to the show, watching the show, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. LeBron, Kyrie, damn, Kyrie crazy. And then towards the end of the show, I heard this.
From the Joe Budden podcast. A Houston strip club has retired James Harden's jersey, hanging in the rafters of the club because he spent so much money there.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play the first part of it just in case if it just went over your head.
From the Joe Budden podcast.
An ESPN show used the Joe Budden podcast as a source for a story, which is crazy. I would have never thought that shit. But the Joe Budden podcast do be doing numbers, man. So shout out Joe, Maul, Rory, and all them. You know what I mean? So the story, as you heard it, they broke. James Harden got his jersey retired in a Houston strip club. Could that man be, hey, look, he be dropping dimes. He be making it rain. He be assisting them hoes. James Harden holds it down, man. Like, come on, man. There's certain cities that you live in. If you're a professional single guy, you got to hold down the strip club. It's like your constitutional right to hold down the strip club because you got it like that. Houston, Atlanta, Miami, DC, New York. I'm kind of on the fence of those, but definitely for sure, Houston, Atlanta, Miami. If you're a professional athlete in those cities and you single, like, you single, no girlfriend, no nothing, you got to be in that strip club, man. You got to hold that shit down, B. There's too much action going on in that bitch, man. Like, you got to protect yourself. Don't get Rob Kardashian and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Spread love, man. Use your wealth to help out the economy of the stripper hoes. Which again, like I said in the first segment, or the second, whatever, equal opportunity for women. Ladies, get your money. You don't have to stay in your lane. I guess it's like kind of like don't get in my lane, but you don't have to stay in yours. Don't get in mine. But whatever. Anyway. So I forget what I don't even know what strip club it was, but the shit's funny as a bitch. James Harden, strip club, nigga's jersey is straight hanging in that joint, man. Like, if you was like what do you think is some things, right, that you should have your jersey, like, I don't know, I can't even think of how the fuck to ask this question. Like, I'm not a ball player anymore, but if I did something super duper great, I would like my jersey hung up. Yeah, real rap, man. Like, if I'm in a community and I did something real great, yeah, man, make me a little jersey, hang that shit the fuck up. Let everybody know that I'm here, that I've been here. So at No Name Podcast, what's something that you think that you can hang a jersey up for? Or some sort of accomplishment that you feel like, hey, we need to broadcast this out? Because a lot of people probably thinking like, hell no, James Harden, you can't have your jersey retired in a strip club just because you tricked out on some bitches and you made it rain and dropped some dimes and all that shit. But hey, the strippers showed that they appreciated him. Like, what if he's not the type to really go out and really trick on nothing? You know what I'm saying? He just throws a lot of money around and it's all love. Then it's like, yeah, cool, hang his jersey up there and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's doing good things. You know what I'm saying? He's helping out. I mean, if he's fucking all of them, then yeah, he I don't know how many jerseys he would have retired because every bitch probably want to retire his jersey. But shout out to James Harden, man. Yo, him and CP3 was looking good in that little Drew tournament joint, the Drew League, whatever they call that joint, man. It's like basketball is all season now. The shit is crazy. Like, you got summer league games, which niggas is watching now. You got, these little, like I said, like the Drew Leagues and all of that shit where NBA players who just still want to keep in shape and ball, just keep balling and shit. Then obviously, the WNBA, man. I love women's basketball. Love it to death. Shout out to my Washington Mystics, man. Them hoes balling. Yeah. All right, so moving on from that. I had another sports story that I kind of wanted to do real quick. Oh, okay. Yep. So, for the next 2 minutes, I'm about to play the funniest shit ever. Now, you remember when people used to say that athletes shouldn't do music and musicians shouldn't do athletic shit like sports? Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. I can ball and rap, so I don't fit in that equation. Now, Shaq, on the other hand, a lot of people used to give Shaq some shit. You know what I'm saying? But people got to remember, Shaq is a platinum artist. Y'all don't remember that shit, but Shaq is a platinum artist. The most thing we give Shaq for is Shazam. That was a god-awful movie. But Man of Steel, you know what I'm saying, when he was like in the steel suit, that was a dope movie. Real rap. Check it out. Shaq is a superhero. Man of Steel. But LaVar Ball did it to himself, man. Let's just play this. Let's just play this shit for a couple. Let's just play the whole track. Fuck it.
Hey, me and Melo against him and Shaq.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, you think you like me? You ain't like me, but you like me? You a punk. I've been with made people, connected people. Who you think with?
Dudes talking loud, I don't understand. Walk around like they the true big baller, damn. How you think that I'm about to spit facts. I walk in Reebok in 92, I came out with them shacks. I've been doing this a long time. When you was averaging 2 points, riding a pine. You see my t-shirts, you see my feet work. Big baller brand, that was me first. How many parades did I give them LA streets? How many rings with Kobe? See, you thought we had beef. How many accolades? How many ceremonies? I had whatever I want, like Tony. You beating me? That's a bunch of baloney. You think you mailman? You ain't even Jeff Maloney. When did you play, huh? What year? Oh yeah, you played for Dallas. Eric Dampier. Listen here, they call me Steph Harden. I make the same salary as Steph and James Harden. 200 plus, 248. You do the math, man. Damn, my life is great. You wanna battle D's? You better have endurance. Before you crash, man, get that general insurance. Or get some icy hot, rub it on your back. Before you break that, around with Shaq. Sit down, man, you be doing the most. You know your ass is barbecue chicken in the post. First you can beat Mike, then you can beat me. Wake that ass up, you having a dream. And when you wake up, apologize. And bow down to my Staples Center statue hanging off the side of the building. Excuse me, arena, I feel like Martin with this flow. Damn, Gina. You've been caught up in a rapture. And when you watch your Zoe play, look up in the rafters. You'll see Magic Johnson, you'll see Jerry West, you'll see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, damn he was the best. Keep looking, man, I know you see this. Number 34 next to Gail Goodrich. Big Daddy Kane, no half-stepping, I'm more like Will Smith. I am legend, Penny love me, Kobe hate me, D-Wade ain't tell me Pat Riley was gonna trade me. That ain't fade me, nothing fade me. Jerry Maguire with this flow, pay me. The big baller brand trust, I am that. I hope you get the message by telephone effects. 2 more things I got to say. You did a great job, I love how your sons play. And Lil Mellow too, attitude hella cool. Jumper wet like 2 thoughts in a pool. I learned the game from William Wesley, you can never test me. Cause when I'm done, they gon' remember me like Elvis Presley. Watch him out, don't ever step out of line. Shaq O'Neal, bro, greatest of all time. This is a game to me. This is not a sport. My name ain't Shaq, I'm the Black Michael Rappaport.
And big baller brand t-shirts look uncomfortable.
That nigga spit facts. But the nigga said I walked up in Reeboks and came out with some Shaqs. Oh, man. Like, Shaq still got it, man. Like, even though that was funny, that shit's not going to be on no billboard. Now, if I was a program director, I would play this shit. Because it's dumb ass fucking funny. You know what I mean? Whether it's a sports station or a hip-hop station. I am playing that shit because it's too fucking funny. Hip-hop and sports is synonymous. You know what I'm saying? Only thing is, you might have women be like, who's Shaq? Who's LeVar Ball? I mean, I know the most women do know that, but, you know, you got some women who don't give a fuck about sports whatsoever. I mean, they may know Shaq because of Shawnee O'Neal in the basketball wise, but other than that, man, look, some women don't know who Shaq and LeVar Ball is. So some hip-hop stations may not do it. I give 2 fucks. I would definitely play the shit just to be funny. Because the shit was funny. Like, Shaq was flowing. That nigga was spitting facts. And that's what it's all about with me, man. Spit facts, man. Spit real rap. LeVar Ball be doing. And that's the crazy, like, shout out John Wall, man. That's my point guard, man, for the Washington Wizards. On a Snapchat or Instagram, I think it was more like Instagram because you really can't hold nobody's Snapchats. Nigga said he's going for Lonzo's neck when he see him. A lot of players feel that way only off the script of LeVar Ball. Like, Lonzo be chilling, man. Like, Lonzo don't be with the fuck shit, man. That nigga like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? But off the script that his dad is putting him out there like that, it's like they're going to embarrass LeVar through Zoe, which isn't fair to me. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't fair to me. Like, because at the end of the day, you can't shut the pops up because, again, 2 different lanes. You know what I'm saying? He's in the old slow lane. You know, us younger niggas is in the fast lane. So a LeBron James, a John Wall, a Russell Westbrook can't really go at LeVar because he's an old man. He's not a player. You know what I'm saying? You can go at him on social media, but that's words, man. Words will never hurt me. Who gives 2 fucks? But his son, on the other hand, oh, that's a whole different story, nigga. Half nigga. That's your ass, man. And this is something that I thought about. Now, this isn't part of my topic list, but y'all remember when Lavar Ball was talking about like his Lonzo's UCLA teammates and was like, he's running with some white boys. They not quick on their feet. They don't have the genes. They just slow footed. Last time I checked, isn't Lonzo half white? And last time I checked, isn't his thing with the NBA, he doesn't have quick feet to stand in front of people, and his athleticism isn't all of that? Oh, damn, LeVar. Sorry, man. You should have fucked a black bitch. Then you would have had an all-athletic kid. Now you only got half athletic kids. But I just thought that was, like, real funny that he blasted white people on the UCLA basketball team for being white boys balling when his son is half white. Just saying. All right, so look, right, last topic, because we about to approach the hour mark of I Don't Need a Name for This podcast. Always follow us at No Name Podcast. We are giving 5 free episodes of advertisements. All you got to do is email us at shabazmediagroup@gmail.com. So Rick Ross was on The Breakfast Club, and I don't know how the fuck they got to this topic, but it makes sense. If you noticed, most rap empires always has a female. Like The Rock had a male at first. Murder Inc. had Vita, and right after her, you know what I'm saying, they had Ashanti. Rough Riders had Eve. So there's always a female in a clique. You know what I'm saying? There's always a female in a clique. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, I guess, who wants to be around a whole bunch of dicks? I don't know. So you got to have a female in the clique, right? Again, Porter didn't know it. So Ross was asked, why doesn't he sign female acts? And I didn't have a chance to get this audio because, you know what I'm saying, I got to hurry up and get out of here to, you know what I'm saying, do some work. But Ross basically said, yo, look, if I sign a female, I'm going to try to fuck her. And it's bad for business. Now, a lot of people got on him on social media like, you sexist. How could you say that? Da-da-da-da. And it's like, yo, the nigga was being dead honest. Like, he's like, yo, if I spend this money on making this girl marketable to where I can make money off her, I'm going to want to fuck her in the process. And obviously, if you tell the boss, no, I'm not down for it, you're going to feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, well, if she breaks it down like, yo, professionally, that ain't right, as a boss, he would understand that. But then he'll still, as a man, he'll still feel like it's a shot that brick. You know what I'm saying? Like a Shaq free throw. So, yeah, man, like, look, at the end of the day, if you know your limitations, know your limitations. If you know that if you fucking with a female, or if you working around a female, all right, scratch all of that. We all know that if you're around a female for a certain amount of time, you'll get some sort of connection, whether it's emotional connection because y'all vibe, or a physical connection and you trying to fuck. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be some sort of connection going on. And that's all Ross was saying is like, yo, man, look, I can't bang with it. I don't want no parts of it because I don't want to get myself in trouble. And that's all that he was saying, man. He was laying that shit out there, man. So at No Name Podcast and at Henny Talk 75, you can let me know. In a business relationship or a personal relationship, if a man is investing in you, whether it's spending money for you to get your hair done, paying your rent, taking you out to eat, invest in your business per se, should he fuck? I just want to know. At No Name Podcast, the O's are zeros. At Henny Talk 75. I personally, I'm gonna be respectful and say no, that you shouldn't expect that. Now, should you shoot your shot? Yes, you should still shoot your shot. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm not going to say don't shoot the shot, but you got to kind of feel out the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want it to be like you shoot the shot and now the business is all the way fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have bad sex or whatever, and then the business gets all the way fucked up. I mean, you just don't really want to be in that sort of situation. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes, like Stevie J with Jocelyn and Jay-Z with Rihanna in the midst of Beyonce. We are not going to forget that happened. Niggas do this shit all the time, man. It fucking happens. You know what I'm saying? Even in office work politics, no matter if you work at a call center, a fast food spot, a radio station, you know what I'm saying? If you a female, you know what I'm saying, and cheeks is expected, or if cheeks is required, look, all I can say is it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. I would say, given a percentage would be like an oxymoron of a percentage because everything is not 100%. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not 100% surety. There's always a percentage of a flaw. That's why bleach only kills 99.9% of germs. So, yeah, there's always that percent left of probability. So I will honestly say that it happens 80-20. 80% of the times it don't happen. 20% of the time it actually does happen. That you know what I'm saying, females fuck for either some sort of position in a workplace or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say for money because we all know that happens. So whatever. So ending the podcast because I do have to get up out of here. Sorry for the delay and time. Technical difficulties, but you know what I'm saying, we got to get that shit worked out. That's why I can't wait to get into my new studio. So just remember, email me, shabazmediagroup@gmail.com to see how you can get 5 free episodes of advertisement, you know what I'm saying, on the I Don't Need a Name for This podcast. You can always follow the show at No Name Podcast. The O's are zeros. And you can follow me personally at Henny Talk 75. And we'll do this shit again next week. It's I Don't Need a Name for This podcast on YouTube. I'll holla. Kim.